What party did you see on display on that stage tonight?
Well, you know, I thought it was a lively debate. A couple of things just to run through quickly. I think because our friend here said a lot of stuff. I think with Tulsi Gabbard, the challenge, I think, with Ms. Gabbard is, yes, as somebody who was very much against the Iraq War, got out of news, really, initially because of my opposition to the Iraq War. I think a lot more people than we know feel that way, even people who have military backgrounds who say, why did we do this? Why did we spend our country's human resources on this war? And I think it was a lot of the reason that Barack Obama was a viable candidate for president, is that he could see ahead that this was not a wise idea. And I think a lot of Democrats preferred him over Hillary Clinton in 2008 because of that. I think that that's true. I think the challenge that Tulsi Gabbard is having is that you can feel that way about the Iraq War, as I definitely did, but also find it odd that the way she talks about regime change wars is exactly the same way that Russia talks about them.
Right.
She uses this language that feels straight out of kind of the Kremlin.
Sure.
It is odd.
Yeah.
And that she went to see Bashar al-Assad and cannot take away from her interaction with him or her observation of him that he is a criminal who is not just hurting random people. He's hurting his own people.
The fact that she couldn't call him a war criminal is stunning.
That you can't see what he is also a weird Kremlin-y view that she has of the world that makes her an odd fit for a party of Democrats. I'm not sure what it is she's doing.
He's Bashar al-Assad.
Exactly. This is not a neutral character on the world stage. He is a palpably evil character. And the fact that she doesn't have an opinion on that is weird. So I think it's a weird place for her to be in the Democratic Party. I think that's number one. I think number two, it's absolutely true that the working class has been viewed for decades as this sort of, white, Midwestern, hard scrabble person, when the majority of working class people are people of color and are young people who can't afford to pay their student loans and who are going broke even though they're working. People like, my kids that have jobs. My middle son has graduated from college, is working. He can't afford to move out of my house. He wants to, but he can't. There's no way. Our kids have to live with us, my husband and myself, because they can't afford it. So I think we have to change the whole concept of what we're talking about when we talk about working class and broaden it out. I thought it was important that the debate was in a city like Atlanta tonight, where you have a lot of African Americans, Latinos, people who are that other working class. And I think what they heard tonight, number one, was the best debate I've heard Kamala Harris have.
I agree.
By far, it was her best performance in a debate. I thought she was strong. I thought when she made the point, and, having worked on a couple of campaigns, look, the Democratic Party comes knocking at the church door 6 weeks out, and they want black people to vote, but the rest of the year, there's sort of an invisibility there. African-American women are dutiful voters. The most dutiful voters don't get a ton out of it. I thought that was strong for her. I thought Cory Booker had a really, really good night. Hopefully it'll change the dynamic, because up to now we haven't really been centering these voters, and hopefully tonight will change.
Rhodes Scholar Cory Booker.
I thought Kamala also did a really good job tonight in articulating women in this country that are having children in their late 20s and 30s and are trying to manage taking care of their parents.
Yes, absolutely.
Taking care of their children. The costs associated with all that. And that this is really, these are the working folks we should be really focused on. And she was very good at and there were a lot of women tonight that were watching her tonight and said, you know what?
She can relate to her. She's relatable.
She gets me. She understands the struggles I'm going through right now.
To Michael's.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.